and exit polls, and today we'll be talking about. I think they finally decided that Iowa House race, but this is the exit polls for the election, and if Democrats want to win a presidential election, they have to adapt and change their strategy. So basically, if we looked at the demographic model video, basically if we plugged in the demographic model, you would have gotten the election results that we had. Okay, just that simple. Okay, so this is the demographics here, and Hispanic Latino is actually the highest Republicans have ever had in basically forever. Blacks are actually higher than average, 13%. Okay, I don't know why they have this twice, but I think they're including American Indians this time. But yeah, American Indians voted 68% for Trump. Okay, but then we have this, and then we have what race you are. But then we have sex by race here. Okay, so white men and white women voted for Trump. But here's something that's interesting: Latino men are the third demographic besides Native Americans, which are shown here. American Indian, 1% of the vote. But Latino men, 54% for Trump to 44% for Democrats. Yes, and they don't have any for Asians, but Asians also shifted heavily for Trump. Like they're all saying that, oh, Asians will be 70-20 for Harris will win Asians by 70%. No, he only won them by 55%. Asians are only 3% of the electorate, but the Hispanic working class has basically rebelled against the Democrats. Okay, this is very, very bad for the Democratic Party, and this is the most concerning for the Democratic Party. Democrats have lost with all other age groups except for old people. Old white people. Yes, that's the main demographic of the Democratic Party now. Okay, boomers. Okay, boomers are the main demographic of the Democratic Party. The only demographic Democrats gained with, Harris gained with, okay, are boomers. That the memes, the jokes, wrote themselves when you saw the Harris rallies. Most of them were old white boomer women. Okay, there weren't really many people of color in Harris's rallies, besides like some of the bigger ones there were, but it was mostly old people. And not to knock on old people, but this is pretty bad because old people are gonna die soon. Okay, 65 and older. Okay, the demographics you should be focusing on, like Trump did, is 45 to 64% because that's the average voter age, and Trump won that by 10. And of course, younger voters too. Trump has done very, very well with younger voters. Okay, done very well with younger voters, and usually this is like 20% for younger voters. But and we also have AIDS again. They have AIDS twice for some reason. We have AIDS by gender. Young men voted for Trump. Okay, men of all ages voted for Trump, and women. Only age group women that voted for Trump, I think, was Gen X. But every age group, men overwhelmingly voted for Trump. This is, again, no surprise, as Democrats are basically declared the war against men. Okay, which is absolutely absurd because you need men to win the election. Yes, you can turn out as many women as you want, but men are half the population. You can't just declare war on men and expect to win an election. You can get all the female celebrities you want to win, to basically go towards your side, but that's not how it's gonna go. Okay. And we have by demographic here too. So actually, white voters all voted for Trump of all age groups. And it's funny. The most liberal age group was still millennials. Yep, of course, and boomers, which sort of shocking down there. And of course, black. All of them actually trended towards Trump, except for old black people. Okay, well, I think that's why the boomer vote was so close because of older blacks. They have older Latino and Hispanics, which, again, Latinos 45 to 64%. No, that 45 to 64. Consider which voted for Trump. Okay, And of course, people who have never attended college voted for Trump, okay? And associate's degree, bachelor's degree, voted for Harris. But of course, it's only the college people who are voting for Harris. So it's basically old people, okay? And, I think the thing of old people is that old people they're gonna die soon. They're not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna care about the future of this country, okay? I want my kids to live in a better country. They're gonna think of, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna die anyways. I can vote for whoever I want. Okay, And then we have, of course, Republicans vote. Like, this isn't too surprising. And actually, Harris only won independence by 3. Okay, Harris only won independence by 3. Right? And then we have political matters. Family income. But Trump did very well amongst the lower class, the poor. Okay, but Harris did very well with the rich and wealthy, which is the people that Democrats are supposedly against. But those are the people who voted for Harris the most. The rich and the wealthy. So that's why we family income. Okay? And we have total family income. Labor unions have shifted dramatically for Trump. This isn't too surprising. Religion. Here we have the religion one here. But Catholics and Christians voted. But no surprise, the secular people, which a lot of Jews are secular and a lot of nuns are secular, okay? No surprise they voted for Harris. No surprise. Because Judaism is a pretty secular religion out of all the major religions. There's only like the very hardcore religious Jewish, which are Orthodox Jewish, which are of course not listed here. They voted overwhelmingly for Trump. Okay, they voted overwhelmingly for Trump. It is the secular and atheist Jews, we'll talk about the Jewish vote here, that voted for, Harris. Okay. Then we have this here. Religion amongst voters, Protestants and Catholics. Trump won Catholics by 20. And of course, Trump dominated amongst Christians. Okay. And Christianity is seen a revival amongst the youth, which is something that scares Democrats, because Democrats basically rely on people going against religion. That's why school teaches against religion. Okay? And then we have LVIA children under 8 living under 18 under your home. Of course, childless people will voted for Harris. That's shouldn't be too surprising now. But men still voted for men here. Then we have how he can't married, gender bimarital, LGBT versus no LGBT, and 92% of the people who are not woke voted for Trump. Have you sold the military? Of course, veterans voted for Trump. Again, they said that Trump was against veterans. This is the first time he ever voted. And then we have people who thought the economy was poor. I think the current economy sucks, okay? I would, no surprise, the people who think the economy sucks, which are actually the majority of the people, well, they voted for Trump. And same thing with the financial situation, worse today, the condition of the economy, the last year inflation, and in the past, in the future, okay? All these people voted for Trump. Okay, do you feel if people who are angry or dissatisfied about the country, they vote for Trump? Okay, and this is how Harris loses. This is why Democrats lost, because Democrats, when they thought that, people really loved our policies. Okay, so much because we thought we would become the majority in America. They really thought that with their awful policies, they would basically win forever, okay? But it seems that they got a slap in the face here. And then we, of course, have foreign policy. Trump, of course, won that one handily. Immigration, Trump won that handily. Economy, Trump won that. The most important issue in the election, Trump won, which was the economy. And the state of democracy, which is mostly woke people, and abortion is mostly woke people as well. But the issues that actually matter, like economy and immigration, foreign policy, Trump won those handily. Okay, yeah, and basically, yeah, that has the ability to lead. It can bring the change. Trump won those. Yeah, and of course, that's immigration. Of course, you have the Israel argument, and yeah, basically people who were actually not who were pro-Israel voted for Trump. So all those people who have been whining about that Trump is pulling all these pro-Israel people. Well, guess what? That is a lot of Trump's base. A lot of Trump's base, unfortunately for the Goipers and Nick Fuentes, guess what? This is what they see for the election votes. Of course, people against abortion for Trump, you know, and Trump, do you trust that handle more the economy? Who do you trust handle more to handle immigration? Trump on that, yeah. And of course, do you think the election is handled? Of course, people who believe in the election conspiracy theory, we're not allowed to say it because this is YouTube, obviously, but the whole election 2020 thing, those people voted for Trump. Okay, democracy, in the U.S. today, very threatened and somewhat threatened. Well, guess what? Very threatened. They voted for Trump. Yes, probably because they know the people who were 52%. Probably because they saw Trump gain all the kangaroo court. Trump gained all these bogus charges. Them trying to practically kill him multiple times. No surprise, the people who believe democracy is very threatened, they broke for Trump. And they're concerned about violence as a result of the U.S. election. And the Supreme Court's handling its job. People who don't like Biden vote for Trump, that's not too surprising. People who don't like Kamala Harris, of course. And of course, double haters. Or they don't know. People who have a able pair both Kamala and Harris, double haters voted for Trump. Yes, that's how bad Kamala ran the campaign, okay? And yes, of course, Trump and Harris supporters voted for Trump and Harris. Opinion on 10 walls, okay? Maybe, the 1% of these people who misclicked and they just didn't do it. Like, people who are on the computer, okay? Do you have a favorable opinion on Tim Walz? Favorable opinion of J.D. Vance? Also, Trump's and J.D. Vance's approval rating went up over the past couple of weeks. And more about the approval rate and stuff. But again, then we of course have suburban and urban voters. Trump did very well in rural areas, of course. But again, if Democrats want to win back the election, they have to reform as a party. There is no other words to say this. They have to change the policies and try to appeal toward the average person rather than the rich, college-educated elites in Hollywood. Goodbye.